What's up, guys? It's Danta. 4 years ago, I created a guide for the Glory of the Argus Raider achievement. At that time, some of the achievements required extra people, especially the final one, which needed around 10 players. Now, recently, I've been farming the red site again and decided to test if everything could now be soloed. Well, guess what? Everything is fully soloable on normal mode now, even the Stardust Crusaders achievement, which used to require a lot of people, can now be done solo if you have an alt with healing abilities. So, with everything being soloable now, here is my updated Glory of the Argus Raider solo guide for anyone that's still missing the purple Hellhound mount. Now, before getting into the achievements, there are just a few things that you have to keep in mind. First, some achievements still require a pet class or a monk, so if you don't have either of those classes, you will need to bring someone with you. Now, even though everything is soloable, having an extra person can make certain achievements easier and less tedious. And of course, before you start, don't forget to install the Instance Achievement Tracker add-on. Now that we've got all of that out of the way, let's get started. So the first achievement that we are going to do is Wormmonger. Now for this achievement, all we have to do is hit the boss a few times. Just make sure you don't kill him. So get rid of any damage over time talents or special effect trinkets. Now eventually the boss will start casting Decimate. When you are targeted by Decimate, you will see these red, purple and yellow worms spawning around the room. All you need to do is move to these worms while you are targeted by Decimate. Whenever Decimate goes off, it will basically kill the worm. You have to keep doing this until Decimate has hit 16 worms. Once that happens, the Instance Achievement Tracker add-on will notify you, and then you can kill the boss to get your achievement. Now, if you want to make this process faster and easier, use a class with decent movement abilities, and install DBM so that you can see whenever the boss is going to cast Decimate. Next up we have Hounds Good to Me. Now for this achievement you will need a pet class or a Brewmaster Monk. Now the way this achievement works is pretty simple. We have to make sure both Hellhounds get afflicted with 5 stacks of Fell Imbuement. So what you have to do is aggro the purple Hellhound with your pet or totem and have it tank the purple Hellhound as far away from the orange Hellhound as possible. While tanking the orange Hellhound, you will eventually see some of these green puddles turn orange and purple. You have to drag the orange Hellhound to one of those orange pools to give it a stack of Fell Imbuement. Now as you are doing this, be careful not to get too close to the purple Hellhound, because if they come too close to each other, the stacks of Fell Imbuement will fall off. Once the orange Hellhound has been dragged over to 5 orange pools and has 5 stacks of Fell Imbuement, you want to swap aggro with your totem if you are playing as a Brewmaster Monk, and now bring the purple Hellhound to 5 purple pools. Now if you are doing this on a pet class, move your pet around to these purple pools while it's having aggro on the purple Hellhound. Once both Hellhounds have 5 stacks of Fell Imbuement, simply kill them while keeping them far apart, and you will have your achievement. For this achievement, all you have to do is nuke down the boss. It's basically just as simple as that. So for Portal Combat, we are going to need a class with some movement abilities. What you have to do is very easy. You want to start by aggroing the boss. Be sure not to damage her. That's very important. After that, run into the orange portal where you will see these orange orbs. Whenever you run through one, you will get an orange debuff. With that debuff active, you want to go back through the portal and wait until it expires. When it does, an orange orb will drop on the ground. Pick it up and make your way through the purple portal. You have to run through the purple cloud while still carrying the orange debuff. Now while you have both the purple and orange debuffs, you want to go back through the purple portal, and at this point your orange debuff might expire again. If that happens, wait until the orange orb drops back on the ground and pick it up again. After that, enter the green portal while you still have the orange and purple debuff on you. Run into the green cloud, and after you've done that, it will create a chaotic rift, which means that you can now kill the boss and earn your achievement. Next up we have Spheres of Influence. Now this achievement is pretty simple and can be done before defeating the boss. What you need to do is run through 5 golden orbs, which are scattered around the boss room. Once you run through the first orb, a timer will begin, and you basically have to collect the remaining orbs before it runs out. Now when you first enter the boss room, you won't see any of these golden orbs laying around. To get them to appear, you will have to start the encounter by talking to the tree or spirit, I have no idea. After that, you have to reset the fight, either by using Vanish, Feign Death, or by dying. Now if you want to kill your character quick, you can just use the extra action button and jump onto the Legion spaceship. Once the fight is reset, and you make your way back into the boss room, you will see that a golden orb has spawned. After you run through it, the timer begins, so make sure you are ready before doing so. Now if you are too slow, you will need to reset the boss fight again to make the golden orbs reappear. I will just show you the route I took to collect all 5 orbs before they disappeared. Basically just follow the same route I took and you will get your achievement. Now the last orb can be a pain in the ass, so it might take you a few attempts. Then we have Hard to Kill. All you have to do for this one is nuke down Immunar. Now, if you are too slow and he jumps to the other side of the bridge, make sure you run through every trap that he leaves on the bridge before killing him. If you don't, you will fail the achievement. For The World Revolves Around Me, you have to kill the boss while there are 9 purple balls active. All you have to do is aggro the boss and wait in a spot where the balls aren't rolling. So basically just stand still and wait until 9 purple balls are rolling around in the room. Once 9 of them are rolling around in the room, kill the boss without touching any of the balls and your achievement will pop up. All you have to do for this achievement is nuke down the boss. Next up we have another very easy achievement. For Remember the Titans, all you have to do is aggro the boss and stand still for a couple of minutes. Eventually, the Shivara will summon a torment. There are 4 torments in total. You have the torment of Amantul, Golganath, Norgannon and Khaz'goroth. Now make sure not to kill them. Once all 4 torments have been summoned and are active in the room, you can kill the boss and you will get your achievement. So, now it's time for the achievement that's probably the most annoying one to do. For this achievement, you need to kill a manifestation of Tei'Shalag before killing Aggramar. Here is how it works. When you bring Aggramar to 80% HP, he will move to the center and summon some embers and 2 larger adds. You have to kill the 2 big adds and use your CC on one of those embers. Now, I did this with Paralysis, but Banish, Freezing Trap or a Druid Root should also work. Now I'm sure that there are other forms of CC that could work as well. Once you have CC'd the Ember, make sure that Aggramar doesn't get too close to it, or he will consume it, which makes this achievement fail. This is basically the tricky part that makes this achievement so annoying. While the Ember is CC'd, you have to position yourself in front of it. After a while, Aggramar will reach 100 energy and start using his Tei'Shalag technique ability. This causes him to cast Foebreaker twice, Flame Rend twice, and Searing Tempest once. Now the Ember needs to be hit by Foebreaker and Flame Rend 4 times and Searing Tempest twice. After that, he will transform into a manifestation of Tei'Shalag. Now this means that Aggramar has to reach 100 energy twice for you to complete this achievement. Now the hardest part is getting the Ember hit by Flame Rend 4 times, because it pushes you back on impact. What happened to me a lot was that I'd get pushed too close to the Ember, which caused Aggramar to consume it. It was really annoying. Now to make it easier, I positioned myself really close to Aggramar's feet while he was casting Flame Rend. And as soon as the cast went off, I used Roll immediately to counter the pushback. Now I also used Ring of Peace to push the Ember back if it looked like the boss was getting too close. While doing all of this, make sure that you keep CCing the Ember so it doesn't walk over towards the boss. Now once the Ember has 4 stacks of Flame Rend, 4 stacks of Foebreaker and 2 stacks of Searing Tempest, it will transform into a manifestation of Tei'Shalag. All you have to do now to get your achievement is kill the ad and then finish off Aggramar. Now if you plan on doing this with a friend or a guildie, keep in mind that the pushback from Flame Rend is much worse in a group. So if you want to get the achievement with someone else, the easiest way is to just simply have one person jump off the platform while the other person solos the achievement for both of you. Alright guys, now it's time for the final achievement, which used to require a large group back in the day. Now like I mentioned earlier, if you want to solo this achievement, you will need an extra alt with some healing abilities and probably around 40 minutes of your time. I used my Guardian Druid and Monk for this achievement. Now if you are not sure how to group up with your own alt for achievements that normally require multiple people, I will leave a link in the description to a video I made explaining how that works and what other things you can do with it. Now if you want to finish this achievement faster, don't want to deal with keeping your characters online, or if your PC just simply isn't fast enough for you to quickly log in and out, then you will need to bring more people. So to get this achievement, we have to collect 20 motes of Titanic power within 5 seconds. Here is how to do it. First we have to bring Argus to 30% HP. Once he reaches that, he will move to the middle and vanish. Eventually ads will start spawning around the room, just kill all of them. After killing them, Argus will insta-kill your characters. What you have to do now is log back into your tank or healer alt, press release spirit and run to the tree. This will basically revive you. Now after you are revived, you have to interrupt Argus immediately. If you don't, you will wipe. After interrupting Argus, I recommend turning your back to him to avoid accidentally killing him. Now with your back turned to Argus, you can now log back into your character that's still laying dead on the floor. When you press release spirit, you will enter the spirit realm. Here you will see small orbs appear after the larger orbs explode. These small orbs are what we need to collect 20 of within 5 seconds. All you have to do for now is just position the character that's in the spirit realm somewhere against the edge of the room so that it won't get hit by these Sha monsters. Oh, and also make sure that you don't run into the tree because otherwise it will revive you. We don't want that. Now if you are doing this solo, you won't be able to collect 20 orbs at the start because there won't be enough of them. But over time, Argus will spawn more and more orbs. So the longer you wait, the easier it will be to collect 20 in 5 seconds. Now when I first tried this with my DK and Monk, my DK tank was just taking too much damage and couldn't self-heal enough. I thought that I could heal myself by killing something, but that accidentally killed Argus as well. So after getting mad, I switched to my Guardian Druid and Monk, and I have to say, staying alive on the Guardian Druid was way easier. Now while you are waiting for enough orbs to spawn, you have to swap between your characters every 1 to 2 minutes to make sure that they don't disappear during the fight. This actually happened to me once, because I was playing the Monster Hunter Wilds beta, and basically took too long cycling through my characters. So when I logged back in, my druid had vanished, lost aggro, and the whole fight reset. Now after 40 minutes or so, log in onto the character that's in the spirit realm, use your movement speed abilities and run through 20 orbs within 5 seconds. If you are using the Instance Achievement Tracker add-on, it will tell you how many you've collected. If you don't get enough, don't worry, you can just wait for the next cycle of orbs and try again. Once you've collected 20 orbs within 5 seconds, kill Argus and you will get your achievement. So yeah, guys, that's how you get the glory of the Argus Raider achievement solo. If you've completed every achievement, congratulations with your purple Hellhound mount. Now, I hope that this video was helpful for some of you and that you've liked the video. If you did and you want to see more content like this, then please consider subscribing. Also, if you have any questions or suggestions, just let me know in the comment section below. Now, as always, thanks for watching, have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.